and the meetings that are going on currently for your committee. Secondly, I wanted to share with you some exciting news. Our Terrific Kids program has been launched today. We had an event at the Lanneman's Preparatory School this morning, and we are going to have another one at Richmond Park Prep School. That's on Queens Avenue tomorrow at 7:30. So if you'd like to participate in that, we usually do it during the morning prayers. So 7:30 tomorrow morning at Richmond Park Prep. And it's part of our service leadership program, or SLPs. And this particular project is under VP Zuri Johnson's leadership, along with Director Andrew Burton. And it's basically, for those who are not aware, it's a character building program to encourage kids to set personal goals. And it's primarily focused towards builders clubs, primary and prep schools. And we put in place these programs to incentivize and to promote the kids in proper behavior and achievements at their schools. So it's a very noteworthy project, and please give VP Zuri if you're interested in supporting this program. It's having they had the launch this morning. We have it at various prep schools and primary schools. So tomorrow morning it's at Richmond Park. So if you'd like, you can come out and support. Also, our Hope for the Homeless program continues, where we're giving clothes particularly for men, as well as personal care items. So if you'd like to participate in that, please reach out to myself or DLG Willie about that project. Those are the stuff that's going on within the Kiwanis Club. Those who would like to know and may not be able to come to all our meetings, those are some of the active projects that we have. And I encourage you to get in touch with your respective committee chairman to get a better handle on what's going on. But this evening, as many of you might know, we are quite honored to have a stalwart of the music industry. So it is indeed Reggae Month. And we have Mr. Gussie Clarke, who is going to be sharing with us a little bit about the history and where we are with reggae music in 2025. And not just reggae music, but also Jamaican music, because we tend to think of Jamaican music as only being reggae and dancehall. But I'm sure later on in Gussie's presentation, he will share with you some more of the dimensions to Jamaican music that many of us might not be aware of. But I see Gussie online, so thank you very much, Gussie, I know you're a very busy man, always touring the world and have various projects working on. So we're quite honored and thankful to have you this evening to address us on the topic. And I look forward to your presentation later on. Somebody will formally be giving the introduction, but I'd just like to say for my part, welcome and thank you for joining us this evening. Just to add that Gussie is a very enlightened person, not just in terms of producing. He has produced for greats like Gregory Isaacs, Shabba Ranks, Maxi Priest, to name a few. Been in the industry over 50 years, so he has a unique outlook, a historical perspective on our reggae music. And what makes him even better is that not only does he understand the music side of being a producer, but he's also a businessman who understands the business of music, which is sometimes a totally different element than the actual production of the music. So we'll hear more from Mr. Clarke later on, but welcome again and glad to have him on board. So that's just my part of the program to kind of give you a sneak peek as to our main event. But the main welcome and introduction is going to be by our newly minted DP Newton, who I think is online. DP Newton, to welcome our other Kiwanian clubs and our guests. Are you here, DP Newton? He should be here. But in his absence, I will hold the mantle until he turns up. He usually is here. So first of all, as we normally do, we'd like to welcome those who are our guests. Is there any guests from outside of Jamaica who are joining us this evening? We ask that you open your microphone and introduce yourself and where in the world you're joining us from.
Can't start it here so that we can get through.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Anybody who's outside of Jamaica, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, good day.
Good day.
Yeah, I'm Sarge. I'm from Hawaii.
Hawaii. Ah,
Yeah.
mahalo.
Yeah, mahalo.
And you're joining us because you're Kiwanin, or you're interested in what Mr. Clark is going to tell us about the reggae industry?
Yes, I'm interested in always following Mr. Clark's sessions and seminars and anything he's a participant in, you know, because I feel like he's a real representation for the whole reggae and just music on a whole. So I always try to learn and listen, and I feel like he's also one of the purists in the business in the sense of just straightforward.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a reputable person.
He is, yes. And your name again? I missed your name at the beginning.
Oh, Sarge.
Sarge from Hawaii. So welcome, Sarge. Welcome to Kiwanis Club of Kingston. Glad you could join us.
Yeah, thank you for having me and everybody that's in the panel. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Do we have any other guests from outside of Jamaica?
Hi, good night.
Good night.
I'm Charlotte Ann Davis, and I'm currently in Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm a member of the Kiwanis Club of Cyber Connect Jamaica.
Okay. Okay, welcome. Welcome all the way from Boston. I'm glad to have you here. Cold Boston, I'm sure.
Very cold.
Yes. All right, welcome, Shirley Ann. Anybody else from outside of Jamaica? We'd like to welcome people from the diaspora or anybody who's joining us. If not, let's go through the various divisions of Kiwanis. So we ask the clubs to identify their delegation. Are there anybody from Kiwanis Division 25?
Okay.
No. What about Division 24?
My apologies, President.
Yes.
Good night, fellow Kiwanians and guests, distinguished Kiwanians. DP Craig of KC Outer Many Western Jamaica, Division 25. We currently have online five members, and we're expecting others to join in, and we're looking forward to an interesting presentation, and thanks for inviting us.
Thank you, DP Craig. Outer Many is in Hanover. Sorry, I mean in Trelawney.
So we are 100% online. We have members in Canada, in US, Kingston, Portmore. So we go where people want to serve. That's where our members are.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Glad to have you on board.
Thank you.
All right. Any other clubs from Division 24 with us this evening?
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead. Yes, good evening.
DLG Herman Grant.
Yes.
Kiwanis Club of Ocho Rios, one of your children.
Indeed.
Yeah, you will join with you tonight. All the best.
Thank you, DP Herman. Is it just yourself or you have a delegation, you said?
I don't know.
Okay, well, as they join, you can put it in the chat, and this is an open invitation to everybody. Also, when Mr. Clark is presenting, if you want to interact, you can put your comments or your questions or anything of that nature in the chat. We try to make it, even though it's a Zoom meeting, as interactive as possible. All right, so we're still in Division 24. Any other clubs in Division 24?
Good evening.
PLG Nesbert, Kiwanis Club of St. Mary.
St. Mary, yes. Welcome, Nesbert, DLG.
Yes, 4 of us in your meeting this evening.
Okay, glad to have you. Still in Division 24, we're going down the roll call. Anybody else in 24?
Good evening, President Stephen, Division
Good evening,
25.
Director Crystal. Welcome.
Thank you so much. This is Director Crystal Heaven from the Kiwanis Club of Montego Bay. We have Kiwanian Zane as well as Kiwanian Tamika on. Others will be joining shortly. Thank you so
Okay.
much for the invite, and we're
course.
looking forward to a wonderful meeting.
Thank you also. Montego Bay, welcome, welcome. Second
Good
City.
evening.
Good evening. Go
Good
ahead,
evening.
Secretary Grant. I see you.
Right, Secretary Audrey from the Kiwanis Club of the Garden Parish, Ocho Rios. Great to be in your meeting. Expecting other members to join.
Okay. Please put their names in the chat as they roll in. Still in Division 24. Any other clubs before we move to Division 23? If not in 24, let's start with 23 West. Do we have any clubs from 23 West? All right, 23 East. None from West or East? Okay, well then we're moving to the middle now. 23 Central. Do we have any clubs from 23 Central?
President Stephen, good evening. This is President Claudine from the Kiwanis Club of West St. Andrew. Always such a privilege to be joining the meetings of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. There are 5 members and 1 guest joining this meeting. I'm looking forward to a fantastic time. Thank you so much for the invitation.
You're welcome, President Claudine. And I hope your guest is going to be soon to become a Kiwanian.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And this is just a small taste or a preview of what Kiwanis is about.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you for you and your delegation. West St. Andrew always supports. We're still in Division 23 Central. Any other clubs? I see.
Good evening.
Go
President
ahead.
Stephen, how are you?
Go ahead.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great.
Good spirits.
Great. For others who don't know, I'm President Eurydice from 23 Central Surrey Online. And at this time, we have a delegation of 2 members to include LGD Desmond, who is a dual member. IPLG Desmond, who is a dual member. I know that sounded wrong. Anyways, I'm looking forward to this meeting. It should be very informative and entertaining. Thank you.
It will, yes. It will. Thank you, President Eurydice, and your club members also. We're still in Division 23 Central. Any other clubs? Please identify yourself. I do see New Kingston is here joining us, but I did not hear your delegation being introduced, so now is your chance. New Kingston. If not, do we have any SLPs joining us this evening? Okay, last call. Is there any other guests? Before I close off, who would like to introduce themselves? We'd like to know who our guests are who are joining us.
Good evening, President Stephen. I am Chair Tamaro from 23 East, New Kingston. I saw DLG Gertlin here. Oh, she's just opened her mic. I'm going to hand over
my mic, but
to
I
DLG
expected
Gertlin.
someone else to do it. You need President Stephen, please tell them they need somebody else to know them.
Yes.
Thank you, Tamara. Please go ahead. I'm sorry to disturb you.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So thank you for inviting us to your meeting, President Stephen. We look forward to hearing all that we can, from your distinguished guest, GUSSIE CLARKE, this evening. So on behalf of our President Sophia, I would like to just say that I think we have 5 persons who are currently from New Kingston on with us tonight, and we are expecting more. So thank you again for the invitation.
Thank you. Thank you, New Kingston.
Greetings, everyone.
And good evening, DLG Gertlin. Glad to have you on board as usual.
Thank you, President. Good evening.
No problem. All right, we're still doing the roll call. Any last minute persons, clubs that we did not identify, any guests, any SLPs, any friends of Mr. Clark? Now is it time to introduce yourself? Or lovers of reggae music, love of Jamaican music, whichever category you fall in, welcome one and all to Kiwanis Club of Kingston, and we look forward to Mr. Clark's presentation later on this topic. If not, I'm going to move on. Is DP Newton still online yet? Because we usually have birthdays and anniversaries. If not, I'm going to ask DLG Willie, do you have any apologies for any Kiwanians who were unable to attend this evening?
No, I don't have any written apologies, but we do each week. Apologize for the absence of Treasure Orville,
right,
who has been away in Grand Cayman.
Okay. All right, duly noted. So the next item on the agenda has to do with Kiwanis education. And I do see IPLG Desmond online. I'm going to ask if he can share with us some nuggets about Kiwanis or Kiwanis International at this time.
Thank you, President Stephen. Good evening, everyone, fellow Kiwanians, guests, SLP members, and of course, to our guest speaker. All right. The topic is district convention, and the source is from the district bylaws. The annual convention of this district shall be held at such place and date between March 15 and September 25, as shall be mutually agreed on by the district and Kiwanis International Board, except that no district convention shall be held within the period of 30 days prior to, during, or 30 days following the convention of Kiwanis International, unless approved by Kiwanis International Board. The district board shall have full supervision and management of all conventions. For each convention, the governor shall appoint a committee of elections consisting of at least 3 members. All members of the committee of election shall be delegates. At each district convention, each club shall be entitled to seat up to 3 delegates, 2 of whom should be the club president and the president designate, and may nominate up to 3 alternates to serve if any delegate is absent. I'll say that delegates shall be elected by the club prior to the convention and certified to the district by the club president or the secretary. There shall be no voting by proxy or absentee ballot. The convention may propose, discuss, and adopt resolutions, and may recommend matters of concerns to Kiwanis International. The convention shall also consider and act upon matters submitted to it by Kiwanis International. Delegates from at least 1/3 of the district clubs shall constitute a quorum at the district convention, and no less than a majority vote of the delegates present and voting is required to approve all business, except unless otherwise provided in these bylaws. And that's it for Kiwanis Education, President Stephen. Thank you.
Thank you, IPLG Desmond, for that presentation. And just to remind Kiwanians that this year's convention is going to be in Niagara Falls. So if your opportunity to see Niagara Falls if you have never been there, and also to participate in Kiwanis activities. So please, maybe you can go as a delegate, and if you don't go as a delegate, it's definitely worthy of participating in. So we look forward to seeing everybody out at the convention later this year. So at this time, we're now going to move into our main speaker, and to formally introduce him, I'm going to hand over to DP Stuart Spencer, I guess, or is it DP Earl who's going to do the introduction? of GUSSIE CLARKE for us. DP Earl, is you're gonna
Yes,
go? Yes,
it
go
is
ahead.
me, DP. I mean, President Stephen.
Sure, no problem.
Are you hearing me well?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. It is my pleasure, for some obvious reasons, to have to introduce our guest speaker tonight. Augustus Gussie Clarke, CD, JP. He's described, well, he was born on March 26th, 1954, and in Clarendon. And as I understand, he lost his mother very early in life and has little memory of her. But he has bloomed, aided and abetted by the school which he attended, which could have been about 1964, but I hope he will confirm his years. And being a graduate, he admits, and of course he, what do you call it now, makes everybody know that he's 40s for life. So, Mas Gussie, you know, you have a lot of forces for life right here. Good. He's been described as one of Jamaica's legendary music producers with over 50 years experience in the music. I had to do some research on him, and I see he started as a teenager while at school producing music. Boy, these 40s fellows. We wonder when we go to school and we are taught things, how you know what you're going to do afterwards. Well, he started early. And he's been the winner of many record producer songs and albums of the year awards from all over the world. And his emphasis has been on roots reggae and dub music. And he has worked with top Jamaican artists. Some of his famous productions include Pass the Coochie by the Mighty Diamonds, Telephone Love by J.C. Lodge, Rumors by Gregory Isaacs, and Mr. Loverman, Shabba Ranks and Deborah Glasgow. And he has actually one main one that he highlighted by Maxi Priest, Just a Little Bit Longer. And this is to name a few. He has so many, he's part of so many things and has got so many awards. I won't try to read them, or else I would take up the time he's supposed to use. But I will tell you that he's a founding member and presently a director of the Jamaican Association of Composers and Publishers. And he's a founding member and past director of Jamaica Music Society. And he's a founding council member of the Jamaica Anti-Piracy Alliance, and was the first, I think, in Jamaica of the producers who really started making the artists aware of the royalties and paid them out too. That's so commendable. And he was made, he was awarded the Order of Distinction Commander Class, so he's CD, and that was in 2019. And he has been awarded so many other things. I suggest to you folks, Google him, and you'll find out more, because I did some of that, but I still can't tell you all of them. And it is my pleasure to welcome my 40th brother, although I was there 10 years before you, and to address us tonight. And everybody is anticipating a 40th program.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Are you guys seeing me? I am not seeing me. Are you seeing me?
Yes, we're seeing you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. And the image is fine, because I'm not even seeing.
Yes, the image is fine.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, only one little hero. I was born in actually St. Mary.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for correcting.
You know, it's all good. I mean, as a 40th person, you are forgiveness, you know.
Thank you.
Basically, I would just say good evening to all in attendance from wherever in the world you are. All protocols are respectfully observed. And I would say again to Kiwanis Club of Kingston, congratulations on your 60th year, our anniversary last year. I would specifically and especially like to thank Mr. Stephen Gregg, chairman of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, as you all know, for granting me the prestigious honor of being your guest speaker today. In my humble view, reggae music is the first Jamaican cultural form that brought Jamaica global recognition and acceptance. And I cannot say that without saying Bob Marley was and still is the father of reggae and the gold standard for Jamaican music. More than any other Jamaican artistic element, reggae music has crossed global and cultural boundaries due to its original message of promoting peace, love, and advocating for social justice. These messages were originally intended for the simple Jamaican people, but they resonated globally because injustice was international and there was just not enough voices crying out in a way that resonated with the poorer class citizens worldwide in a meaningful way. Generally speaking, the Jamaican music is dynamic and excels. However, from a personal perspective, because in some cases, you know, we have to separate our personal opinion from professional opinion. You might like an artist as your favorite, but you might, as a professional, have challenges. I'm not sure if the current content of music being fed to us daily and truly reflects our most excellent abilities and capabilities in the international marketplace, comparable to how it was in the past to get us where we are today. The strength of our past effort, which made us a global music power, might be what we currently lack. The lyrical content in our music is so much about social commentaries, which is unique to Jamaica today and not the timeless global message for which we are noted for. Reggae music has continuously evolved in different areas by different generations of creative, but it has always been impactful and innovative while being true to its core and cause, especially in the earlier era of our musical evolution. In the earlier era, the message was much more about love, and we can recall, you know, the setters like the Millie Small, the Alton Ellis, the John Holt, Desmond Decker, Daddy Uroy, Ken Booth, Nicky Thomas, and many, many more. Thereafter came more trailblazers such as Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Greg Ryan, Dennis Brown, Sugar Mine, Alfian Dana, the Mighty Diamonds. We could go on. Then we had another generation where we have the Barry Summons, the Shabarang, the Bourgeois Band, and the Beanie Man, the Sean Paul, the Shaggy, almost. The current creatives now is the likes of the Protege, the Chronics, the Taurus, Riley, the Leela, Itley, Jess Royal, Marty, and many more are now tasked with carrying the baton and passing it on to the generation that's coming after them. They have a daunting task. They had better be in it for the long run. Yes, some one-hit wonders existed, but the race is for those who really endure, not the overnight sensations. In other words, what it means is that someone might make a great song, but not necessarily be a great artist consistently, continually, and might not, you know, last as long as, you know, in some cases there might be a one-hit wonders, but it can be a great one-hit. Yes, some one-hit wonders existed, but the race is not for those who will endure. No overnight sensation will actually bring and reflect our true self as a people. Again, regrettable, reggae, by extension, the current messages don't have the same intent and purpose the world was used to getting and appreciating as from us Jamaicans originating out of Jamaica. We need to be concerned so as not to lose ground and try to reignite the fire of our forefathers. It is crucial, and it is something that I have advocated in many arenas, that quality of content is king. Therefore, if we want to uphold the legacy of our music and ensure its continued global influence, we must strive for excellence in our creations. If we don't act now, Jamaica might lose its dominance in the global reggae scene as a foreign artist, and this is a real possibility considering that even 40 years after his death, Bob Marley is still more recognized, respected, and sell more music than many Jamaican creators in this current time. I believe, and I have always felt that maybe an academic study might be a good idea to research the paper, to do a research paper to find out what was so great and unique then, and what is not equally great and unique now. And it might be a wonderful task to find out that unique magical factor of the past. In the music industry, it's better to create quality content and win the battle for recognition and respect than to lose and share the prize for those who do want to uphold the same standards. Complaining about who or who was not, should not have won the Grammy is just not enough. Complaining about how many foreigners are making more money for music is not solving our problem, because it is our problem. Now, my apology on that. I slipped a page here. Now, social media can and is giving an inaccurate and unrealistic opinion of one's actual status and success, because numbers seem to be the rating standard that is relied on for bragging rights. You can achieve numbers, followers on social media that may stay with you for life, even if you never have a hit recording thereafter, or you might not even have a successful career. You can even buy numbers and look important and look like you're doing great. Again, my personal belief is, and I have always advocated, that quality of content is key. And I take a quote from Dr. Lakim Sumaj, who said, "Some people take the worst of us and present it to all of us as it is the best of us." So in other words, we don't necessarily get an accurate picture of the state of the artist, the industry, and many more related matters. Now, reggae and Jamaican music really has come a long way. Internationally, it is most known due to the impact of music. Entertainment account for about 3% of Jamaica GDP. Music festival and event attract international visitors and contribute to economic growth. Undeniable, the music is the main factor that does that. Due to the plethora of annual entertainment events, Jamaica is slowly vying for the title of the entertainment capital of the Caribbean and possibly of the world, if we continue on the path of success that we are currently enjoying. Another point, in Jamaica, music and as a form of entertainment assists with alleviating crime, as it contributes to the earning potential of communities, from the big investors in events to even down to the small persons who sell clothes, the vendors who selling peanut and goods outside. It all contributes and help them to send their children to school, to put food on the table. So we have to realize, recognize, and accept the power and the importance of the entertainment. But music, again, is the driving factor that made us such a power. Though too many of our artists possess average talent, the fact that most are undereducated and from volatile circumstances, nefarious activities usually beacons. Thanks to music, they can reject that temptation and move to what their talent or no recognized talent is taking them to. And those things will have a whole lot of effect on the possibilities of crime and good development and educating the children about the good path in life. Since 2008, reggae has been the only cultural event with one entire one designated for it in Jamaica. It is now being copied and celebrated in many other countries. It shows, you know, the power of reggae from the Jamaican perspective, in many cases, by Jamaicans, is branching out in a whole lot of other different type of related events, otherwise than just simply music. Reggae again is the only Jamaican music form designated in 2080 by UNESCO as a cultural heritage of Jamaica to confirm and reinforce our ownership of our genre. Because there are so many different variations of reggae all over the place, you know, people possibly might claim, oh, this is our reggae, while, you know, we need to identify reggae. Jamaica probably has more studios than churches, and we are known to have more churches per square mile than nearly any other country in the world. We have more than abundant of talent, so there's no threat to the next generation of stars. Due to their talents, individuals of humble beginning can become successful artists in a short period of time, so the industry is not lacking the possibility of growth or achieving success. Jamaica artists has now been collaborating with international and successful artists across multi-genres and perform on stage with mega platinum international artists, which shows respect and recognition of what our music can really do globally. Shaggy and Sean Paul are two of the most successful reggae dancehall artists probably of all time. But they might not be the most rated in Jamaica. So sometimes there's a difference between popularity and there's a difference between real success in the global space versus the Jamaican space. However, Jamaica is a point of reference that if you're doing well everywhere, you're not doing well in Jamaica, you still don't seem to have your ratings because everybody wants to come to Jamaica to act, to perform, and to kind of give them street creds and everything. Now, reggae has even gone a lot further than that. It has now influenced other global music genre, including reggaeton, Afrobeat, pop, hip-hop, electronic music, even original dancehall, current dancehall. Reggae now even has its own genre category in the Grammys. We have come a long way. We're doing well. There's no negative. It's just probably what we are in now. But when you look at the bigger picture, it is impacting and greater than a whole lot of us is made to realize. Now, notwithstanding all of those positives and potential, reggae's biggest threat is from within Jamaica by Jamaicans. Jamaicans who wish to use copyrighted music without getting the prerequisite license to use music legally, they are the biggest threat to the continuity, the development of our industry. Such a course of action or choice prevents the primary creators from getting just remuneration for the exploitation of their works. It is sad sometimes to see these big events doing well, but the event was not licensed by the legal representative of our people. So these people can have an element of frustration to see, wait, the party sell off, everybody make money, and I can't be paid, and they are using my music. Now, some people believe or misunderstand that if they buy a recording that they know own and can do whatever they want music, no, there are legal limitations. This is property of the creators. This is their profession, and they are motivated by their remuneration to continue creating, ultimately to feed their families. Jamaican music still has significant challenges with its current Copyright Act, and that again, other than the legal usage, non-legal usage of copyright music is a major problem. In terms of protecting the rights of music creators, the current Copyright Act is not fully in sync with the digital revolution. The creation and consumption of music has changed from analog or physical medium to digital by streaming by mega players such as the Apples and the Spotify and Tidals. You know, it is in the best interest of our practitioner to understand how to navigate the shifting paradigm if they want to successfully be compensated, remunerated, and be encouraged to continue create. Mr. Chairman, yes, I just conclude by saying, as I began by adding a challenge to the Kiwanians. Your voice has been respected for over 6 years, and you have been a part of the Jamaican consciousness and conscience. I implore you to consider, encourage local corporations to support the local industry as it is their most vocal and visual advertising agent. For music has spread Jamaica culture far and wide. It has motivated foreigners, hoteliers, and other business, including imports and exports, which contribute to the fiscal growth of our island. The Kiwanis could consider arranging seminars that probably could provide access to financial institutions for artists to negotiate funding, save and invest, and educate Jamaicans on how to become better business people. Because music and the business of music is sometimes different. Enough people do not understand and function within the business of music. For example, some people just don't recognize that, look, who represents you make a difference in what compensation and remuneration you're going to get. People believe that, okay, I can get a lawyer, any good, great lawyer. Let's take all lawyers, any lawyer who is doing well and getting people off all kind of things. But if they do not understand the issue of intellectual property, contracts within the entertainment industry, you're probably better off of negotiating yourself. So all of these things have to form part of some kind of a educational move, shift. Again, there's another challenge. Not enough people want to get into these environments to understand, even if it's free, even if you're providing food. Sometimes people come more for the food than to learn to be educated. And later on, these are the same people who cry and bawl about how they are being treated unfairly. They have to take a sense of responsibility also. Mr. Chairman, yes, I'll conclude as I begin by, the challenge to the Kiwanis, and see if it fits within your scope, and again, in my humble view, reggae music is the first Jamaican cultural item that has brought us to global recognition and acceptance. I cannot again say that without going back to the gold standard Bob Marley. Within what I have said, you might notice I have not made much reference with regard to dancehall, and deliberately because I don't believe or think that at 70-year-old I should be commenting on a current format of music for the young. I believe I might have some experience in the industry, but I might lack the competence in such an area. So it's not why I have not, but I have deliberately not doing it. And again, I say thank you all for your attention. And again, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Gussie. What? I'm hearing myself twice. Do I have on another mic? Let me just check. 1 sec.
I think we have a blank screen here.
Blank screen in front of us now.
There's a white screen in the middle. Nor am I hearing anyone really.
Where was still here?
Yeah, I can see some, but the imagery in the middle is white and blank. Is anybody else having that challenge?
Yeah, I am. DP Stewart is turning off something.
Okay.
But I do have a question or a comment to make. I had omitted to say, Mr. Clarke, that you were appointed honorary lecturer at the University of the West Indies, the Institute of Caribbean Studies. along with two other persons, one of whom I think, I don't
Mike
remember the name right
Mackenzie
now.
and Sir Small.
Right, good. So that's another move where a wider progressive audience, being the students, I would assume, will be exposed and probably try to do their bit in promoting and maybe becoming producers too. When I say that, is that knowing more about it, they may be the ones who can reach the younger ones in this new genre so that they would start being more creative, as you alluded to. They're not being very creative, so their thing will be good now, and next week you don't remember anything about them.
I agree with you, and that is part of my thrust of giving back. Also, again, I'm involved in another upcoming initiative where the Edna Manley College of Art,
Yeah.
they shamefully do not have a recording studio for such an institution. So I'm actually leading an initiative to build a recording studio to them through entrepreneurship and sponsorship and getting some global persons involved. And we're very advanced in that initiative. So I'm actually on a trend of giving back to something that has given me so much.
I read where you had your full studio on Windsor Avenue many years ago. All this time I didn't even know you were a KC man.
No, not have.
You have. Oh yes, that is. Thank you.
Not bragging. It is the largest.
I understand.
It's the largest recording facility in this country.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, man. So you're the ideal person to be projecting that aspect.
I could be one of them. Not
Well,
necessarily
I
the
say,
ideal.
a leading person.
Yes,
There is modesty on North Street.
You and I know that.
Yeah, but
Gussie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I'm still not sure what's happening with the screen, but let me at least get in the question.
There's a kind of whiteboard on it, like some.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how I can get rid of it, and I'm just not sure. But I'll keep trying. But since the audio is on,
very good audio,
I'll work with that. You two things. You said something about the rights. Now we know about when you record somebody else's song. We kind of have an idea about that. But what about performing somebody else's song or playing somebody else's song in a dance? Where does that fit in terms of what you're supposed to pay? I didn't understand. I don't understand enough about that part of it.
Let me kind of simplify. For example, if you get let's say an architect to do a drawing for your house, and you draw that house, and the drawing itself is the intellectual property of the architect. If you want to build a second house, you can't just take that. I don't think you can just take that plan and go and build a second house because it was commission specific. No, intellectual property is rights and ownership. It is the intangible. So when you buy a recording, you purchase this recording for your personal use. When the game changes, when you try to use it in a commercial enterprise, it could be in a bar playing in the background, could be in the barber saloon playing in the background, it could be in a dance. Those other usage require permission from the copyright owner and or their designees.
Okay.
But you did say, sorry, Stu, you did say that the younger people and maybe many of the old have not understood the importance of ensuring the copyrights. Are you still having a battle with that?
Couple of things. I don't think a lot of I think the motivation to create now is a little bit different now from in the past. People, let's just say some artists, them just dying for break for bus to make it in the big time, say have some money, etc. While some older school recognize that, look, we need to make a great recording we need to make something today, just like Bob Marley, 40 years after our death, it can feed our family. A lot of people are artists have the misunderstanding this. This is why I keep saying quality of content is king. Just making something now happening 30 years later. In two persons taking two different approach. One can be $0 later on, never feed a child or a chicken. And one can feed an entire family like Bob Marley work is doing. Because the quality of what he did was not defined and tied in a time capsule and bubble. For example, here's some songs now telling about on the bus and down the corner around the road. But later on, these things will not exist. I mean, maybe you might hear a popular recording by the biggest artist whoever they want to be today or yesterday. 1 year after, you can't hear it. A lot of artists know into we want to own our copyrights and we want, yes, own, however, you have to own something that has a value and a meaning. Even if you want to sell it, somebody's going to say, how much money have you made from this over the past 10 years for me to buy it from you now for certain dollars? And if you can't provide that information, it's zero. So they have to understand, but sadly, enough persons don't attend where seminars are kept. They don't attend to get an attorney who can advise them, and then try to do it themselves, and usually more than ever, it ends up disastrous in the long run.
Always more to it than meets the eye.
Oh, yes. And believe you me, it's a great industry, but it has a serious level of ungratefulness also. So you could be the smartest, the most savviest businessman out there, have all the money you have. If you do not understand the culture, the individuality of some people, you will throw millions and maybe billions. You have to understand, a man can get up with an attitude today and just want people to turn up at the studio to do what he's contracted to do. Somebody can come to the studio today and they make a recording, and tomorrow the same person come to the same studio and make the same recording. It's totally different because of how he thinks, how he feels. So you have to kind of understand the world of human behavior and psychology to actually end up being successful. What saved me is that I am just wired a little bit different, so I expect a whole lot of things. So when it pops up at me, I was prepared for it. A lot of persons don't. And that is where, the difference between the stone and the glass.
Cheese and chalk.
Yes, yes, sir. I said Mr. Fletcher hands is up. No.
Okay.
No, sorry,
Yes.
I think that's you.
Yes.
Whose hand is up?
Brian
Fletcher.
Okay, go ahead.
EKPR.
Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to add my little 2 cents. I, on the side of my regular job, I do streaming. And one thing I do notice is that a lot of churches do not recognize the copyright infringement when they are streaming to something like YouTube. And when they do get blocked for singing certain songs, now the songs don't even have to be played like a video play. They can be just singing the song itself, and it's blocked by YouTube. And they don't get it that a lot of songs that are out there, a lot of the gospel songs out there are copyright. They have copyright, and they don't understand that if you have to do your research to know which artist, which song cannot and can be played during your service. Because a lot of times they would sing us like a hymn. For instance, like How Great Thou Art. Depending on the singer who actually sings that song, they cannot broadcast it on YouTube. And YouTube automatically would just block their stream right there and at that time. And I think the whole notion of copyright should be something taken up with not just say us in Kiwanis or any certain arena, but it should be widespread to encompass everybody, including the church. because a lot of churches don't realize the problems they get themselves in.
Yeah, okay.
For some of the songs.
I think we got the point. And unless you have another point.
No. That's it.
Right.
Honestly, I don't think it's a lot of them don't realize, I think them one else don't pay enough attention until it affects them, they get in line. But there are still some churches that actually have license to do what they're doing. And actually, there again might be a lack of understanding because they might deem some of these songs were made, let's use a number, 40, 50 years ago, so it might be in public domain, and they think, okay, we can't use it or not. But it's a song by song basis, and somebody owns it and have to benefit from it. The bottom line, you can't take somebody else's property for your financial benefit without they deriving a benefit also.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think about it though, the streaming kind of began when COVID out of the COVID experience. So
No,
I mean
before.
Okay.
It was a transformational change where the consumption of music changed and somebody came up with a greater model where, okay, we can give you a cheaper way to get everything. Just give us a subscription. You don't have to go and buy this vinyl and the CD and that. And it worked. And then it became the trend. A whole lot of people don't like it. But yeah, I mean, we still have some advantages because, for example, the whole format of vinyl, there are people around the world paying it high prices for it. So if someone would come up with a formula, go back and repressing some of these and identify the market, Jamaica as a country could make some money. We already have the infrastructure of the pressing plants, but the cost of electricity, etc., does not allow it to be as smooth as it could be. But there are possibilities there.
Okay. I don't see any hand ups, but so let me get in this one.
I had my hand up.
Okay. Go ahead, President Steve.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much, Gussie. Great presentation. Loved it. Great insight into the industry. A two-part question for you. You can see me. First of all, in your many years, I'm sure you've been to many concerts and been in many studio sessions, etc., etc. What is your most memorable or most impressive reggae experience with reggae music over the years, either in Jamaica or outside of Jamaica? And then the second part of my question was, for many years, I've always heard them say that the challenge for Jamaican music is if we sing in patois, the international market will not accept it or understand it. But yet I see the rise of Afrobeats, and many of the Afrobeats are a mixture of English and Yoruba or other Nigerian dialects, but yet it's popular here in Jamaica, popular worldwide. And has that really been in 2025 a obstacle or a hindrance to Jamaican music really expanding, the singing in patois or the thick patois, when you compare it with Afrobeats, which most people, in my opinion, don't quite understand, but they love the melody, they love the harmonies, etc. And the first part was your most memorable experience with the music.
All right, my most memorable experience, I am wired a little bit different. So, for example, when I approach a project, initially I look at it, let's say 50% on the creative side to getting the best out of what there is. Most of the hit recordings that we made and have, the artists in question who will sing it don't even know that they must sing the song. We create the song and we create the recording, use demo artists, demo everything, and then we call them after to do it. Now, so some of them, it's were custom made for them and known to them, right? Now, when I finish doing let's say the lead vocals, for example, and the song is voiced, right? Then what I do is I move to it 50% commercial. What else do I need for this to be a money maker? So I take a different approach. So let's say, for example, we had, and again, the quality of content is king. Here's how it works. I use a different formula where I brought writers, creators together as a team, I brought different professionals as a team and put everybody together. If somebody asks me what key the songs, I don't know. But I know what I want to know when I get it. And I have persons around me. I work with teams who understood everything that I wanted. So the most memorable experience was we were doing well in the 90s. And we had in the UK, this company named Greenslade before VP took it over. They had this great, wonderful teddy bear, great, exceptional singer called Deborah Glasgow. They felt she was so great and they sent her to Jamaica for us to create a project. So, you know, I had everybody in my house, we sit down every day and we wrote. And so at the end of the day, you say ideas become reality, become success. Till at the end of the day, coming out as the biggest record in Shabaranks ever met them life, Mr. Loverman came out of that because he came onto it after. So seeing ideas become reality is what excites me. Making mistakes again, I learned from that. I don't make them 2 or 3 times. Example, in roughly 1988, as in Jamaica, in those time, we say lick over rhythm. So lick over rhythm, a Studio One rhythm, the Diamonds had them write a song called Pass the Coaching. Here comes the musical youth in the UK says, boy, you know, we want to do it over on cassette, call it Pass the Dutching. And I didn't know anything relating to copyright, so I wouldn't be in it. And I kind of felt bad to say, but wait, I plant the corn and I can't really burn, everybody will make money. So I went as a sense of responsibility and with some business sense and learned everything I could about copyright. And after that, the rest is history. Example given, I recognize my role as a music producer versus what is happening now. Example, we were doing an album project with the Mighty Diamonds, and the song Rumors was written for the Mighty Diamonds. I did not feel it was a song that sounded like them. I said, this is a Gregory Isaac song. The rest is history. In those years, I'm not into the lick over the rhythm thing, and we have this great Rumors rhythm, and the writer said, Gussie, somebody will lick it over that let's write a song. I had them write a song for GSC Lodge, Telephone Love. GSC, here's a song, we had the demos. I'm not too sure, you know. Then she went home, had her consultation, come back. It was literally one of the biggest songs she had made in her life. So I know my roles again, and I keep repeating it. For example, Maxi Please, just a little bit longer. Written song, mixed, recorded by Dennis Brown. All it needs to be is released. Here comes a record company in England say, you know, we'd like to send Max out to Jamaica. We believe you guys can do something for him. We just shoved the Dennis Brown. I had Maxi do it. Again, the rest is history. So I'm guided by respecting and understand my role. You understand? In me as a producer, and that has made a difference. Did that answer the 2 questions?
No, that answered the first question, thanks. But the second question was the use of patois.
Right.
Compared to Afrobeats.
Right.
Yeah.
In the beginning, most of our music, everybody could understand what we were saying. But it was a new genre then, reggae. It was infectious. It was evolving from rocksteady and other formats and things. So we had people in England and people all over the world who associate Jamaica. So the music grew naturally out on its own. After that, now, when we went to moving dancehall from something in the dancehall to a format and a genre of music, people weren't really understanding everything. But the beat and the music was infectious. And that, I mean, people tell me, like, damn, I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds good and I love it. So it was not an hindrance then. So it's the same thing up with Afrobeat. Afrobeat is evolving from other genres, indigenous genres. And Afrobeat is not making the mistake that many of us is making today. The lyrical content, the flow, the melodies, it is so good that it captures the people. So it's not the same issue, not the same problem. And I don't see where it is an issue going forward. And Afrobeat will benefit by just being different, because I believe that, look, and I live by it. You and I can do anything, but that anyone can do, but no, anyone can do what you and I do, but you and I do it different, and difference is what brings success. Afrobeat is having its moment, its time of the day. They deserve it. I am happy for that genre on the continent.
Okay, thanks.
Okay,
I say Marcel.
thanks, Gussie.
Okay. I see Marcel has his hand up.
Yes, thanks. Joined late. I'm very sorry. Just wanted to know if the matter of technology and the use of technology in terms of creativity, maybe it was discussed. How has it come down on? Has it stunted or creativity where somebody can just walk into the studio?
My personal view about technology is that technology is here to stay. It's just a natural change, a natural order of things.
Yes.
However, I personally believe that it should be an aid rather than be the main component of the music.
With you.
I have a problem when you hear the intro and the first 4 bars of a song and all you keep doing is looping over and over. And that is, to me, is not as creative as when musicians come together. Jamaica greatest innovations was through collaborations. I believe that what technology allowed enough people to use what I refer to as the me factor. And me build a rhythm, and me mix it, and my studio, and me master it, and me write the song, me this.
Okay, yeah.
Well, there are great musicians out there that if you find a way to pull all these skills and things together, you will make better music. And the Bob Marley era, that earlier era of reggae, is testament to that. Literally, so much things sound the same now. In some cases, the only difference is the sound of the DJ voice. So I believe that technology is not being used in the best interest of us. And part of it is,
yes,
a guy understands a software, calls himself a musician. He's not. You understand? So, and he has his own, you can put a studio in your toilet, in your bathroom, in your kitchen. So he has a studio, he does it whatever he wants to do, and people out there like it can't work, but it only works to a certain point. So this is why you hear foreigners is making so much money out of Jamaica, and them grumbling and complaining. So what people recognize, hey, these guys in Jamaica are sending this great message and the world love it. We love it. They are no let us do it ourselves. And then when we do it and get success here, so much foreigner make more money. But we are our worst enemy because enough of us is not learned enough, want to be learned enough. And too much people know too much, which is not enough.
But underscore, just a quick follow. The John Holt, for instance, I think quite a bit of his hits, right, were covers. And I found this out long after because what I would say, he took some of those songs and made them his own. Was their creativity? The question I'm really asking, when somebody like John and whoever worked with him takes what was probably just a normal way, right, and the way they do it in a reggae idiom, they make it their own. Is there creativity in doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Look, it has been my view, a song make it a singer, but a singer will make a hit. So sometimes that delivery that they give had a value that people would appreciate, love to hear, want to hear. And sometimes the original creators appreciate it too. Because they hear them interpretation in a different light. It don't cost them nothing, and then we make a whole lot of money. Successful. And that's where it matters. The problem doing is when those who are not learned don't know. Let's say, for example, a man takes a 2-line out of somebody else song and later on him says theme song cause or it's so no. It is an infringement of his intellectual property. You can't take nothing to nobody out and nothing and do nothing and claim it on personally. You have committed an illegal act. It's a copyright infringement. A lot of them don't know, don't understand. There are good examples when Richard Stevens use this song, and Rihanna make a big hit. I'll give you a good example of how it works. I don't have the dates and things because I have it for previous presentation. Ninja Man did a song named oh God. All right. Ninja Man song name. All right, I don't remember the name of the song.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't think you remember it. However, let's say in a 19, when money is involved, the game changes. So let's say Ninja Man did a song 30 years ago. All of a sudden, here comes, I think it was Foxy Brown or somebody who did a version of it and called it Come Fly With Me. No, it's going on, it's fine, it sounds good, it's great. So all of a sudden, here comes, you know, a letter come to me from EMI. You know, that song with Foxy Brown and da-da-da. At 2 minutes, 10 seconds, there's a melody out of the Nearwell song, of which he wrote for, which Smokey Robinson wrote for her. And that is an infringement, and here's what we want. Immediately I said, yes, I agree. Because nobody recognized that it was murder then. That was the Ninja Man song. Murder. Yes. Nothing you can do can make you do, because my guy. So the Mirwell song was my guy, written by Smokey Robinson. So for 40 years, nobody didn't say nothing. Here comes all of a sudden, when someone like now Sizzle and Foxy Brown did the song. So when real money involved, you know, people are going to kick in. So a whole lot of people get rid of a whole lot of things because it's not worth the energy, the resources of the majors to kick in to do anything. So we also have to understand that these little things have further repercussions on the road. I'll give you a good example of quality of content. Last one. Good. Drake did a song, not Drake, Kanye West did a song. I don't remember what name. And it was a combination of Jamaican songs and one of the artists named Joseph Stepper. One word out of his song was in it. Kuhuno, they sampled it. He made more money for that one line in Kanye West's song that he has made. One word. One word. That he made in his entire lifetime, because that one word he did formed a part of a verse or a chorus. No, this song was called Mercy or Mercy too. And he made more money for one word in a song. Yeah, man. So it can be a gold mine, but sometimes it depends who is mining the gold too.
Gotcha. Gussie, let me get in this because we have to wrap soon. I want you to answer 2 questions for me. You have the biggest studio in Jamaica,
largest
right?
recording facility. I'll explain why in a minute.
Right. Now, a lot of music being produced now is dancehall. So I'm going to have to assume, and you can tell me, if a lot of dancehall music is produced in or recorded in your studio. No, I know somebody can rent a studio and do their own thing, right? But I'm trying to figure, even though you didn't comment on dancehall, aren't you involved in the production of some dancehall music?
Many. It's a matter of choice. And it's a matter of the level of which people operate when determined when they end up at your place. First time people come to the producers, now everybody have them studio in their community and them work there. Now, I mean, why I use the word recording facility, we have 3 fully functional recording studios here, plus a dedicated mastering room. So that is the word, the facility, and nobody else has that. So you have all the people like Shaggy and when Robbie and Sly was around, and a whole lot of people from foreign major multi-big acts come. They want this kind of space that they are comfortable in, this kind of environment they are comfortable in, and they are not comfortable with you go in a house studio with the dog bark and when you're recording and you know. So it sounds funny, but it's a serious thing. So we offer an environment, you know. Shaggy album Bombastic was recorded there. Oh, tons of other stuff where chart tapping release, nearly everything from you was recording in all of these places. When Island Records, for example, send down Azwad for us to the projects, they were done at our studios. When them send Courtney Pine, when them send Holy Father people come to Jamaica, major acts them want to go, some of them take them safe, nearer to them. Nobody now come disturb them. People can just pop in our studio. So we create the environment to facilitate that. But however, all of the songs that you hear a lot of going around and not going further than around within a circle, telling them recording in home studio environment, honestly, nothing really wrong with that, because there are people who want to consume that kind of music. But the people who want to create a quality project that 20, 30 years from now, them have it for work. It's fine. The Jimmy Cliff and people recording there.
But you are not necessarily the producer in
No,
some
no,
of
no,
these.
no, no. It's two things. We own the facility, that's one.
Right.
And in my selective choices, there are individuals who I want to record. There are people from abroad who send persons for us to produce. That's not for a long while, because I have kind of taken a step back and moved into a whole lot of other entrepreneurial stuff and philanthropic stuff. So not now as it was before. But I mean, you know, look, music as a record producer, what a lot of them don't realize, kind of like every dog has his day. Every producer have an era where somebody is doing well. So in the late 80s, early 90s was me. In another era, somebody else. Whoever it is now, Russian or Steve G, it's going to be somebody else. So, you know, we have initiatives where we'll kind of find a way. What I'm sad about is that a lot of persons, great musicians, sit out there, my word I'm using, and dying for hunger. Because every guy believe me can take a Fruity Loops and just make a rhythm and get come sing anything, do anything, and you know, them a musician, it seems to do well, not necessarily.
Instant gratification.
And the last thing I want to ask you, this term trap, I have never quite understood what it is. Trap music or trap reggae dancehall. What is that?
So let me, there's a point of contention. Original reggae dancehall music of the 90s is what it is, right? Dancehall music. I saw something, I don't think anybody saw it because I keep telling about it. The current form of trap dancehall we're here now, I believe it originated from Piola. Let me explain how. People were being pressured to pay at the radio DJ them and too much of them Piola. So them can't afford it. When them start to make music would sound like what they were playing freely, the little hip hop R&B kind of vibe, till it kind of translate and work, and it sound not far off from what the America kind of little vibe. It don't sound far off, but it was never near enough. And I think that just go on until it becomes a form and a format, and that is what it is. But they are still calling it dancehall, but the people who are dancehall creators have a problem with calling this current format of trap dancehall. So it's floating between dancehall and trap dancehall, but it's an hybrid, just like how you have reggaeton came out of reggae, and you know. So to me, this trap dancehall come out of, you know, reggae and dancehall and a lot of hip hop and foreign music influence to merge, because it slows down the whole beat a bit and give it a better groove. So it kind of sound like we're here from the radio, I play from foreign, and I believe if I can do this, probably can bust and break America, I can be good. So that's how it is. So don't try to find.
I can recognize reggaeton. I know what that sounds like, but I still don't know what this trap sound like. You can give me an example of a song?
Nearly. I am not bubblegum. I am not too. There are. The trap dancehall will be defined by the kind of rhythm. It's not as hardcore as how reggae was or dancehall was. Most of them do have a bass guitar in it. He using the kick drums and other instruments just to simulate. So it's a slower groove, and basically it forms within a basic similar chord structure. And once you hear the intro here, the first 4 bars is the same thing, keep looping over. To me, it's a little bit lazier than the true creativeness of
That's it.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of what, for example, look at all the most popular artists. The Valiant, for example, a whole lot of where even Vibes Cartel, look, they are trap dancehall. A whole lot of things are Russian create, they are trap. So they find a unique supposedly unique feel, sound, groove that is it workable and it allow the DJ them to mix from one to the other much more easier. But it's not in a matter thing. It is not as creative as how when the dance hall. Because if you hear many other times, you hear the butcher and a whole lot of other people. Yes. Clear, this is not dance hall. And they are not really into it.
Right. So that is where, just backing up quickly, the technology denies creativity among those persons who choose to. No, among those who choose to go that route.
Right, that's why I just said don't deny it. But what it allows, people of less creativeness can much more easier create. And believe you me, some of these digital tools, you can just shut your eye and play around and get a great, supposedly sound and get a great rhythm. So people have less who lack training and truly creative musicians can create
Gotcha. Thank you, Gussie. We have to wrap now. So I'm gonna ask. No man, not you, it's we. We are holding you. We're gonna go to the thank you. We have DP Rupert.
I had really hoped that some mention would have been made of reggae gospel reggae music, but maybe another time.
Let me just answer quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
We deem reggae, we deem gospel still reggae. So although we don't use the word gospel reggae, it still is covered within the genre.
Good. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. DP Rupert?
Yes, DP Stu, I'm here.
Over to you.
Sir Gussie, I knew you were born in St. Mary. And other people can claim me as much as they want to. I was born in St. Mary, left long ago, but only a St. Mary man could sound like you. Boy, this evening you really carried us through a great sense of great part of our culture. Some years ago, I know somebody's on the line from Boston. Some years ago, when I was up in Rhode Island, I heard Jamaican music being played out of Emerson College, one of the music schools up in Boston. And every Friday they would have an hour of reggae music, not only for the students, but to broadcast all over the Northeast. And an amazing thing that I found out was that so many people became acquainted with Jamaica, with the name Jamaica, because of reggae music. And you said it right, that probably the greatest form of entertainment that ever came from Jamaica is reggae music. And thank you for the education you gave us this evening, sir. You really sounded like a professor, and you took the questions and you answered well. One thing though, I'm sorry that you're not a member of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, so that we don't have to invite you once a year. But you need to do something about that. And I'm gonna ask the president to send you an invitation, Sir Gus, so that you can be a part of us and have these discussions more often. You have done Jamaica proud. You have opened our eyes this evening, and we just want to thank you, sir, for coming. On behalf of all of us on the platform here in Jamaica and from abroad, thank you for your knowledge of reggae music and Jamaica music in general. We have a certificate of appreciation to present to you. And by the way, Augusta's great name. That sounds like a Caesar. We have a certificate of appreciation to present to you. We're gonna get it to you. It's on the screen to tell you that in recognition of your contribution to this evening's meeting, you will hang it on your wall until the day comes that you can't see it anymore. Thank you again, sir. Looking forward to having you as a member of our club. Looking forward to having you talking to us about music again. Looking forward to whenever that studio at Edna Manley's open. Can you tell us so that we can come and support you, sir?
I will. I'll go through the chairman, Mr. Greg, and so that he can pass it on accordingly. And it's something I'm looking forward to, like a life mission and a legacy mission.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Press.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Okay, Gussie. Thank you.
Thank you, Gussie. You're welcome to stay online afterwards, but we're
No,
just
I'm
gonna...
going to have to run, Steve.
Okay, all right.
I want to do Jamaicans who go bed early and wake up early. Take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you again.
See you during the celebrations.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just to conclude that, DP Stu, I think a good example of trap dancehall would be that song from last year that was very popular. Most people know it, Drift by TJ. That genre, that beat is trap dancehall.
Drift.
Drift.
I may have heard it, but I'm not familiar with the title.
You are. When you Google it, you'll know exactly what it is. It plays everywhere in Jamaica. Most people know it.
Drift. Okay. I search.
By TJ. Teejay. Anyway. So on that note, is VP Zuri online? Sergeant Arms?
He was.
He was.
He is.
He is.
Oh, he still is, yeah.
Sarge, I hope you heard all the Fortis people celebrating. So you can deal with it as you see fit. Go ahead. Welcome our Sarge, VP Zuri. Unless he's a Fortis man himself. I don't know.
Good evening, everyone. Well, not quite, but we will deal with them later. We have a very long list, I would say, because we have some charges from way back when. It's been a while. So let's go. DP Newton Randall, congratulations are in order for your distinguished status, sir. For turning up to micro practicing last week and leaving without being seen, having the faculty advisor searching for you to no avail, we will call the charge you're getting this evening. Failing to report, $500. DP Stu, this one is retroactive, but I could not let it slide, right? For rating the Sarge's humor a B, they said it pays to be honest. So tonight, your honesty will cost you $400. DP Richard, for announcing his bottle to DLG Willie to celebrate his birthday on behalf of himself and not including the rest of us, well, you didn't save the club's face, so we have to charge you $500. PDT Ralston, right? For your reminder to send reminders while seeming to overlook that person's need to take personal accountability, $500. Director Dr. Andrew Burton, for taking flights and leaving his chairman to go to micro practicing all by himself, $400. DP Chris, for his double failure to rise early in the morning, $400. And then we have DP Andrew again, DP Newton, DP Chris, Kiwanian Andy John, Kiwanian Avian, IPLG Desmond, DP Junior, Kiwanian Martino, Chairman Radcliffe, DLG Willie, DP Stewart, and the Chairman Arsenio, for failing to respond in the Builders Club group when the Chairman requested assistance with calling faculty advisors and principals of the school. Claiming you did not see the message is not excuse, right? So $300 each. And DP Earl, whether it is premature or foreshadowing, $400 for you calling the president distinguished this evening. Wow.
Yeah, preempted at the beginning of the year.
Okay,
so
thank
one
you.
young lady was walking down the street and she saw what Jamaicans call madman writing something. Out of curiosity, she asked what he was writing. So he answered to her, "May I write a letter?" She then asked, "Who are you writing the letter to?" The man got a bit annoyed and replied, "No much to myself, The completely shocked lady asked, "What does the letter say?" The now frustrated man responded to her, "But you're a bigger idiot, you know. How me if you know what the letter say, I'm gonna get it yet."
Nice try, nice try. All right.
No, big one. No one. Good,
Fair
better
enough,
than
fair
good.
enough.
Better than nice, man.
Fair enough.
Stop.
Don't go on, Lendo.
Back to you, President.
All right. Thank you, VP
Don't know the
Zuri.
address.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarge. Now we're going to do the notices and announcements. I should take the opportunity of also congratulating, I think I saw earlier, we do have a newly minted or newly elected Lieutenant Governor-elect, Rose Vaz from West St. Andrew.
Whoa.
I did see Rose on earlier. I hope you're still here. So welcome, Rose. I know you're a regular attendee of our meetings, but now with your new title, LG Elect. Welcome, LG Elect Rose, to our meeting. And congratulations on your recent appointment.
You don't know.
That's right. So on that note, I'll go into notices and announcements. Secretary Willie, can you share with us any Kingston Club notices, announcements, or interclub opportunities?
Thank you, President Stephen. In respect to notice and announcements, the most important one is the itinerary for the visit to the Kiwanis International President, Lee Kuan Yew, this weekend. He arrives on Friday morning at 11 a.m. In the evening, there will be a cocktail party which will be hosted by, there will be a special invitation hosted by Leo G. E. Lloyd Distance Sr. at his house. On Saturday morning and into the afternoon, he will be accompanied by the governor on visits to various club projects. In the Saturday evening, there will be a musical telethon at Campton College, which begins at about 7 o'clock. Cost of the tickets is $2,500, and for every ticket the club sells, we'll get back $500 in return. But I'm trying to urge and encourage members, please let us go and support the district in their fundraising telethon. This is Saturday at 7 o'clock, Campton College. On Sunday morning, the international president will be attending the Division 23 East Divisional Council meeting. He will be there till about 11:30 or 11 o'clock, at which time he has to leave for a luncheon meeting, which is being put on by Divisions 24 and 25 in Ocho Rios. This will also be a fundraising for them. On Monday morning, there will be the chartering of St. Andrew Prep K-Kids Club by the Kiwanis International President. And in the evening, there will be the chartering of the new club called Global Alliance, sponsored by Capital City. On Tuesday, there'll be an online address to ECMC District between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Details will be circulated to members, those who want to or have time to go online. And then on Wednesday, he will be leaving back to the States. The second announcement, and that has to do with the ECMC District Convention, as we all know by now, been held from May 29th to 31st. I've mentioned in past Lieutenant Governor Desmond Batchelor, the club has been represented by 3 delegates. And so far, just a little bit in terms of cost, the hotel is the Marriott in Niagara Falls. Cost of the room is 199 Canadian dollars, single, and that by the time you add in the taxes, it's about 13%. It comes to $243 per night. Early bird registration, it was 260 Canadian dollars. That ends on March 1, at which time the cost of registration increases to $360. Also included in the $260 registration, those of you who will be attending, is the cost for the ball. Apart from that, they have tentatively made arrangement with Caribbean Airlines as well as Air Canada. You have a choice. Caribbean Airlines return trip is $129,950 and Air Canada is $123,500. President Stephen, for now, those are the announcements. The Interclub opportunities will be circulated to the members during the rest of this week. I should also mention that the Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew is putting on their Linstead Fete, which is being held on Sunday, March 2. But I think the members of Kiwanis Club of North St. Andrew here present, who can give us more details in terms of their Sunday Fete. Okay. Over to you, President.
VP Willie, sorry, Prez, just before you speak. Could you repeat the return fare for Caribbean Airlines Summit, please?
Sure. $129,950.
Okay, thank you very much. And Canada, Air Canada is
Air Canada, $123,500.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks, Fred.
Yeah, man, no problem. All right, we're running a bit late, so I'm gonna ask rapid fire all the Kiwanian clubs who have notices. I'm giving you 15 seconds to share your event at this time. Open forum, so please use the opportunity well. Can you add if there's an event coming up this week or in the near future? Now is your chance. North St. Andrew or any club for that matter who has an event, can you now share it with the audience? If nobody shares, then whoever shares will get an extra 15 seconds. Last opportunity. Is there any visiting club who has an announcement to make at this time?
Yes, Prez. Thank you very much.
Go ahead. Hello, Chairman Dallas.
Yes, from the Kiwanis Club of West St. Andrew. We bring you greetings. It was a very good meeting and we're happy that we're able to join you. Tomorrow, we have a guest speaker, Senator Dr. Floyd Morris, speaking about Black History Month and the gains that have been made by the physically challenged individuals in our community. So that will be at the Medallion Hall Hotel starting at 7 p.m. It will also be on Zoom. So that is out. I'll make sure it is sent to you and we'll put that in the chat. Then on the 9th of March, and the 8th will be International Women's Day. So on the 9th, we're inviting everyone. Take out your wife, take your mother, auntie, everyone to our brunch. This will be at the Sunken Gardens, Hope Gardens, on March 9th, starting at 11 a.m. Tickets are only $7,000 each with a full meal and drink and big entertainment and lots of prizes and surprises. We'll have a fashion show and it will really be an enjoyable Sunday brunch. So please, you can contact any member of the Kiwanis Club of West St. Andrew for tickets. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, Chairman Dallas. It sounds exciting. Sounds like a major event. So looking forward to that one. And on March 6th or March 7th?
The 9th of March.
Oh, okay. March 9th. And that's a Saturday, right? Oh, sorry, a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
It is International Women's Day.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sounds exciting.
Yes.
Thank you. And I know West St. Andrew always puts on a good event. Are there any other clubs with announcements going once?
Yes, good evening, President. Good
Go
evening
ahead.
again.
Yes, please. Go
Okay,
ahead, yes, Audrey.
the Kiwanis Club of the Garden Parish, Ocherios, will be having a Dutch auction on the 28th of February. And this will be at Vista Del Mar in Drax Hall. The main prize is $300 US, and there will be other prizes and surprises and other lovely gifts that will be auctioned. But the main prize is $300 US. We're looking forward to having all of you traveling down to the beautiful North Coast in Drax Hall. If for persons who are, and that will be at our president's house, at her residence, our residence. Now, if anyone is interested, you can contact me at 329-9435. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Audrey. And that's those of you who missed it, that's the Kiwanis Club of the Garden Parish of St. Andrew.
Ocherios.
Of Ocherios. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Good evening, everybody.
Go ahead. Yes, somebody else.
Deji Herman, Ocherios. Kiwanis
Ocherios.
Club Ocherios is having the second annual $1 million fundraiser. It's a love walk around the town with sponsorship from Kiwanis and the community. So we are having the launch February 27th in the main town of Ocherios at Ocean Village. We're trying to get it, not confirmed yet. And we are inviting all those Kiwanians to donate. We're giving Jamaica and the Caribbean 100,000 sponsorship. It goes towards our charities. More information will come out. We get your usual support. God bless. Come on the North Coast, man. God bless.
God bless. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Last call. Any other announcements? Going once? Going twice? All right. That concludes the announcements. I think DP Marcel, if you're still online, can you just give us the thought of the week before we conclude our meeting?
Yes, man. Just ahead of my bedtime. Good evening, everyone. Before I say good night, people with too much free time and no meaningful purpose always create drama out of thin air. Avoid them. Have a good evening and a good week.
Thank you very much, DP Marcel. Thoughtful. Thanks for the thought for the week. So on that note, Kiwanians, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your audience. Thank you for your patience and your participation this evening. Remember, we continue this. Our meetings are every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's also recorded on YouTube. So if you missed anything and you want to revisit Gussie Clarke's presentation or any of our guest speakers, you can go to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston's YouTube page, and it's all there for you can revisit it and watch it at that point. So without further ado, I would like to take the opportunity to before I officially terminate the meeting, to ask you to raise a glass. If you have a glass beside you, here's my glass or cup, to Kiwanis International and Jamaica Land We Love. Cheers. I now conclude the Kiwanis Club of Kingston meeting for this evening. Thank you again. Have a pleasant evening and take care, everyone. Cheers.
Good meeting, President. Good meeting.
Night, everyone.
Good night.
Philin.
Good. Good meeting.
Fellow, I just wanted to say something. I'm testing out something tonight. Google has this option to get rid of the ads, and I'm gonna be able to play. So I'm gonna test and see if the ads are still coming in. So let's see how it works. All right.
good meeting from that fortress.
Yes.
Yes, Master Fortress.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Let me just.
Bobo.
Oh, let me just end this. The record, the live stream.
So DP, Stu, are these songs that were produced by Gussie or just happen to be in that genre?
No, the ones that he mentioned, those are
Yes,
his productions.
I know. Now I was wondering if you're gonna play and you're playing
Oh,
his
I
songs
don't.
that were his. That
No,
like,
but I was just gonna play some reggae, and maybe if I find the artist, well, I could do a search while I'm.
you don't have to. Because I think Gregory Isaac came up, it crossed my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's why I picked. That's why I picked it. That's the first one I'm gonna start. But I just want to stop the live stream. That's what I was just gonna do first. Stop.